All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all glory and praises to YAHAWAH by Shem, YAHAWASHI by Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. All right, this is the brother Tawab Bakah from GMS Los Angeles / Inland Empire, coming back with another video in the spirit. And I was sitting here thinking, I just got off the plantation, about growth, growing in this truth, and when I say grow, I mean on all levels, all aspects, not just, of course, we want to grow in the faith, but also in our day-to-day as well, how we, moving out here, okay? Because, coming into this faith, we learn, a lot of things, before we woke up to this truth, a lot of things we may have been into, or, our upbringing, because brothers come from different backgrounds. Certain things may have to happen to us in our lives, that, we all dealing with some sort of trauma coming into this truth, right? But the thing is, once we come into this truth, we're supposed to grow. And those things are supposed to be, manifest. You come into this truth, we're not supposed to be who we were when we were in the world, and putting off that old man, that's an everyday thing. That's not just, you come into this truth, the old man just automatically put off. No, it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's every single day. Every single day, the Lord blesses us to wake up, to this truth. And once again, I want to say the waters of Yahweh by YAHAWASHI, for opening my eyes to this truth, allow me to wake up this morning, and allow me to do this video. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is through Yahweh by YAHAWASHI, Just, I just wanted to say that real quick. And, yeah, so, coming into this truth, like I said, we're supposed to grow. We're not supposed to be, and especially in this faith, you want to grow in the faith as well. When you come into the, year one, brothers that have been around know pretty much, but you knew brothers, you younger brothers, especially, as you come into this faith, you're supposed to grow. You're supposed to study, look things up for yourself, and not depending on other brothers all the time. Of course, if you not sure about something, you can ask questions. I'm not saying, if you're not sure about something, you can't ask questions. You can't, of course, that's what you're supposed to do. But as far as studying and, knowing certain, especially the basics of the scriptures, you're supposed to study and look up those things yourself, and not just depend on brothers, and or not just saying something because you heard other brothers say. You want to know this thing for yourself. But getting back to the what I was saying, coming out of this world, all the stuff we've been through, when we come into this truth, you pretty much start off with a clean slate. We're basically, when we've come into this truth, we're basically born again. We're babes. We're babies. We're newborns. Okay. So being a newborn, that means we're starting from scratch. So a lot of the things, a lot of the shit we learned in this world, or our upbringing or whatever the case may be, doesn't matter. We're starting from, scratch. So a lot of the stuff we learn from the world, we gotta, basically, discard, because those things are not of Yahweh by YAHAWASHI. Certain habits we learned in the world, you know, and over time, you know, those things, you know, will, you know, die away. But it takes discipline. It takes constant examination, you know, praying, fasting. You know, these are the things that we have to do to fight and put off that old man day by day. You know, so I'm gonna get into the scriptures. You know, I pray this be edifying to you brothers, and you few sisters that watch. So I'm gonna get right into it. This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17. This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. Yeah, talking about Israelites. Because, you know, before we came into this truth, we ourselves were Gentiles, you know, not physical Gentiles, but, you know, Gentile state of mind, you know, because we were living as the heathen. You know, we was keeping these holidays. You know, we were not, some brothers wasn't circumcised. You know, some brothers might have been in you know, we all, you know, some brothers may have been in different religions, or you know, wherever the scriptures say, you know, that was a sin we were all doing. You know, we were all sinning against the Lord, you know. So when we come into this faith, this truth, we're spiritually become circumcised, you know, and brothers that have come, that brothers that were uncircumcised that have come into the faith, those brothers got physically circumcised as well. You know, there's brothers in my camp, you know, that before they, you know, came into this faith, they were uncircumcised, and they got circumcised, you know. So those are the things that, you know, you do to show forth, you know, your faith to YAHAWASHI. And that's part of that growth, you know, putting off that old man, you know. Because now we're learning of YAHAWASHI. Now we're learning the Lord's ways. Now we're being raised, you know, the right way. You know, we was raised underneath our parents, you know, or wherever, you know, brothers, whoever raised brothers, you know, that, you know, in your upbringing, you were brought up a certain way. But now we're being brought up. Now we're starting our life all over again. Now we're being raised in this truth. Okay. It says, 18th verse, it says, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High through the ignorance that is in them, because the blindness of the heart. Right, because at one point in time we were ignorant to this faith. We was ignorant to this truth. So we was in darkness. And that's, you know, and you know, the majority of our people, they're still in this state of mind. They're still in darkness. They're still, you know, in sin. Okay, they're still living after the flesh. Okay, so us as being in this truth, right? We have to put off those things. We have to, you know, and like I said, it's a day by day thing. It's not no, you know, you just come into this truth and it's automatically, you know, that old man is all, no. It's the old man is that flesh. You know, the old man is the flesh. The new man is the spirit, you know, and that battle is a constant battle. You know, it's a day by day battle. It's every single day, you know. And how we fight the old man, through praying, fasting, you know, staying in his word, okay? This, you know, that's how you fight off the old man, you know. And applying the scriptures, man, applying these scriptures to the best of our ability. You know, not just, ain't just about going out there, you know, and cussing out Esau and these other nations and 2/3 of our people, man. We actually have to live by these things. This is the standard. You know, we have to give that effort. Now, that's to say we're gonna be perfect. No, of course not. But the effort has to be there. You can't just come. We can't just come into this truth and just, you know, and be sloppy. You know, just because we want to be sloppy. That's not the mentality we're supposed to have. We're supposed to strive for perfection, as much as we can. That's the mentality. Even though we know we in this wicked ass flesh, but we have to give that effort. We have to strive for it, man. That's why it's a fight. All right, it says 19th verse. It says, "Who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness, but ye have not learned so Hamashiach." Right. This we didn't learn of all those things of YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI is not about all those things, man. Coming into his truth, especially now, we got apostles and elders, and elder brethren as an examples for us. Brothers is out here laboring, brothers out there pushing that word, brothers being examples unto younger brothers, pushing this word and in the day to day. Brothers ain't slouches, brothers ain't lazy, brothers out here, doing what they got to do, brothers is being great examples for brothers. Okay. It says, 21st verse, it says, "If so, that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in YAHAWASHI, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind." It all starts in the mind. That's where where our thoughts, which a lot of times we be in our thoughts. That's the mind. Right? So it all starts in the mind. How you process things. How you think. How you because we all make decisions. It starts in the head. Even when you do a rash decision, it's in the mind. It starts in the mind. So coming to the truth, how we thought in the world, that has to be a swift change from that. How we thought in the world, about certain things, how we approach certain things, our decision making, all those things has to grow, have to get better. We can't think of, with our emotions. The best way to really be is to be calculative, man. Be logical. Think. We always have multiple options on the table to consider before we make a rash decision. You never want to go to the extreme, with everything. You always want to consider, weigh the options, man. Weigh our options. Think about, wherever decision we're going to make, what it's going to lead to. What is going to be the result? What is it going to lead to? Is it going to cause this to happen, that to happen? Instead of being impulsive. That's part of growing. Because in the world, we're just taught to react to shit. We're not really taught to really think and have critical thinking and think about things before we do them. What is this? If I do this, this is going to happen. If I do that, that's going to happen. But if I wait and just, be patient, think about it, take a few breaths, think about what you're going to do, you'll be surprised what, the Lord give you a thought, man. The Spirit will give you a thought, on the right way to move, because when you come into this truth, that's the Spirit of YAHAWASHI. If you put that effort in, the Spirit will work with you, man. You'll pray to the Lord, what decision you should make, and the Lord will give it to you, man. You know, just gotta have faith. We just gotta have faith, man, and trust in the Spirit. You know, trust in the Spirit. YAHAWASHI. All right, it says in 24th verse, it says, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. Wherefore put away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor. See, that's part of putting on the new man. We're supposed to be walking honest among each other, okay? And you know, we all got to keep communication strong within the body, the brotherhood. You know, communication is very, very important, man. You know, and that's how a lot of confusion gets eliminated when when everybody's on the same page. You know, both sides, both parties are communicating, and it's open, and everything is transparent. You know, everything's out in the open. It eliminates confusion, man. Because when there's a lack of communication, that could put thoughts in brothers' minds, man. You know, negative thoughts, and we don't want that. You know, because of a lack of communication. All right. It says, wherefore put away lying, speak every man with his neighbor. Speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. You see, we're a body. You know, so we gotta be on one accord. You know, we gotta be on one accord with one another. You see? And that's part of that growth, you know. Like I said, you know, when we come into this faith, we're basically newborn babies. We're starting off with from scratch. You see? I'm gonna get this scripture since I mentioned that this is 1 Peter 2:1. It says, wherefore laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings. You see, this is of the world. 2/3 of our people, they're in this state of mind. Malice, that's evil behavior. You know, guile, that's deceit. Okay, hypocrisy, being a hypocrite. You know, that's what Jake is hypocrites all day. Jake get bad. You have niggas out here that get mad. They'll say they'll pop another man's woman. They'll have sex with another man's wife. You know, commit adultery. But then when a man commits adultery with his wife, he's upset. You know, that's a hypocrite. How you gonna get upset of a man? You know, you fucking another man's woman, and another man fuck your woman. You know, that's hypocrisy, man. You know, but that's what Jake do in the world. You know, we're not supposed to have that same mentality in the truth, being a hypocrite, right? It says, and envies and all evil speaking. Yeah, we ain't supposed to be envying one another and speaking evil against each other. That's nigga shit. Niggas do that. You know, talking shit about each other. I ain't saying any brothers is doing it. I'm just saying I'm just giving an example of what we're not supposed to be doing, man, when we come into this truth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all Jake do in the world. Jake just be sitting up there, you just talking shit, you know, talking shit about against they own, you know, which that's black culture. That's part of that fucking demonic ass black culture. Just talking shit about your own people, man. You know. Meanwhile, Esau, he's ruling the world. He got your people in oppression. He got you in oppression, taxing the hell out you. You know. He's the reason that we're, you know, I mean, ultimately it's the curses from YAHAWASHI, but he's our enemy, man. Okay. Even though, you know, 2/3 of our people are our enemy, but us brothers in the truth, we're not supposed to have that mentality towards one another. You see? And when you come into this faith, you have to be responsible too. You know? Matter of fact, let me get that. Bear me 1 second. That's part of growing too. You know, brothers ain't supposed to be coming to this truth with that, you know, lazy, slothful spirit. So like, bear me 1 second. All right, I got it. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10. It says, "For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. For we hear that some that are like it. For we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly, working not at all, but are busybodies. Now them that are such we command and exhort by our Lord YAHAWASHI Mashiach, that with quietness they work and eat their own bread." You see? So coming into this truth, you know, especially you a young brother. I mean, all of us. This applies to all of us. You know, young brothers especially. You know, you come into this truth. You know, you supposed to be labor. You supposed to be working with your own hands, man. You supposed to be out there getting to the grind. You know, you don't come into this thing and just sit on your ass. You know, and then if you say you have a job, you lose your job for whatever reason, you supposed to be out there trying to find another job. You know, it's a grind. It's a job just to find a job. You know, you're not supposed to be just sitting on your ass and have your hands out all the goddamn time, man. You know, and then when you lose your job, you're not supposed to be sitting at home all day just drinking, man. You know, trying to drink your sorrows away. You know, that's not cool, man. You know, of course, you know, brothers is gonna, you know, the scriptures speak about being charitable, but don't take brothers' charity for weakness, man. Don't take brothers' kindness for weakness, man. This truth ain't this ain't no welfare system, man. You know, of course we gonna help brothers out that need it, brothers that are genuinely doing the right things. But don't take, you know, this brothers ain't to be taken advantage of, man. The Lord's not dealing with that, man. Straight up. And that's part of that growth. You know, when you come into this faith, you gonna learn those things, man. You supposed to learn that, you know, every man is supposed to be responsible. Every man is supposed to be accountable. You know, we all come in this thing to become leaders. You know, you learn leadership qualities. Like I said, we got examples today. You know, brothers that's those examples. They're not setting those examples for brothers to you know, to be unruly, man, to be disorderly. You know, this thing is about order, man, being in order. You know, doing what's right in the sight of Yahweh by YAHAWASHI. And that's why I read that scripture in Ephesians, man. You know, see, we did these things in our ignorance when we was in the world. But coming into this faith, we supposed to grow. You know, we supposed to grow, you know, when we come into this faith. And we grow by applying these scriptures, man. You know, going through certain experiences and learning to apply these scriptures. You know, and as time go on, you know, if you in these scriptures, it's gonna show, it's gonna manifest. But if you're not growing, it's gonna show. That's gonna show as well. You know, how you moving out here, man. How you moving in this world. You know, how you dealing with people. You know, how you deal with certain situations. How you deal with adversity shows whether you're growing or not. How you handle certain things. You know, responsibilities. Okay? This thing is serious, man. This truth ain't no joke. You know, this ain't no hangout thing, man. You know, the Lord is not looking for bunch of people that just want to hang out. You know, He's looking for serious minded, individuals, to do this work. You know, so yeah, that's pretty much the few scriptures I wanted to bring out. Like I said, I pray this is edifying to you sincere brethren, you few sisters out there. Especially this mainly for the men, for the brothers. Because we the ones out here gotta represent the Lord, man, on the forefront. So like I said, I was just thinking about that. I just want to throw that out there, man. So with that, I want to give all glory and praises to YAHAWAH, Ba'ashim, YAHAWASHI, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing His word in truth, sincerity. Shalom.